Good morning, everyone. We are the TJ Fixers, and our company is Relux. My name is Vincent Ng, and I'm the CEO. This is Sarah Dean, our CMO, Nick Sutton, our CFO, Artemis Schwartzov, our RDO, and Jacques Baldwin, our CEO, who is not here today. Have you ever seen your favorite influencers like the Kardashians have a luxury item that you've always wanted, but it's way too expensive? Well, our team came up with an idea that'll help you be just like the Kardashians. So sit back and relax. Relux is a luxury thrift boutique focused on providing for vintage, authentic, high-end apparel and handbags. We're operating out of the TJ Maxx on Newberry Street, and we'll be using approximately 1,000 square feet where we'll display our products on racks and shelves. And for our operations and supply chain, we source our items through a mix of physical and online aspects. Of course, we have our in-store location where customers can bring in their goods for evaluation and potential purchase, as well as an online website that we use to source our items, where customers can directly upload pictures of their items for potential evaluation and purchase. If satisfactory, the items will be shipped out to our store for further evaluation. To clarify, we do not sell or purchase any goods off of our website, as it is just a means of our sourcing. In addition, our employees are actively searching for new products that we can put on our floor, whether it be in other thrift stores or consignment stores, as well as through online platforms like eBay. And when we are sourcing our items, we keep in mind the pricing criteria that TJX also keeps in mind, which is style, quality, brand, and price. Because we deal in luxury goods, the price will always vary. To talk about the survey results, Sarah will take it from here.
So we used Qualtrics to conduct our survey, and initially we had 290 responses, but in order to be more representative of our target market, we eliminated males and those under the age of 19. So this is the demographics we got. And we asked how often people thrift, and 43.33% of our respondents said they do thrift, and their top 3 reasons for doing so were discounted luxury goods, to find unique items, and to find vintage styles. And the most important question we asked was the likelihood of buying used luxury goods from a retail store, and our results can be seen here on the pie chart to your right. So the 2 groups we looked at were those that said they would definitely purchase and those that said they were most likely to. And to calculate our target market later on, we took 80% of those who said definitely and 30% of those who said they were most likely to, and got a total of 32 respondents who said they would definitely buy our product, and that was 21% of our total response. To get a better insight of our target market, Art will be discussing.
So in order to calculate our target market, we looked at the larger Boston area with 700,000 people, then we moved on to the female populations, around 50% of that. Then we looked at the 57.9% of people who are 19 and above. And then from this number, 40% shop at TJ Maxx. Further down the line, according to the Qualtrics survey that we conducted, the 43.33% are the people who thrift, therefore the number goes down to 34,000. Then after that, we divided by 4 as there are 4 TJ Maxx store locations in Boston, but we're going to be operating in 1 at the start. And after that, we take off 21% according to the Sarah's description. But also this number can go down because we would not always have the merchandise what needed. Next slide, please. So the industry dynamic, industry for resale and thrifting is booming right now. The projected growth is exponential for the next 4 years. And for this year alone, the total revenue is $28 billion and growth rate is 1.6%. Next slide, please. And Sarah's going to talk about the value proposition.
Okay, to begin with, I wanted to discuss the benefits of TJ Maxx themselves. So our target market and our business model already aligns with TJ Maxx. So their target market is women ages 25 to 54, which is what we want to target to. And their current business model features low prices and the treasure hunt experience, which we'll be able to maintain through the thrifting aspect. Another advantage would be the first mover advantage. So not many retail industries and stores are into the thrifting segment yet. So if we got TJ Maxx into it now, they'd have the first mover advantage. And they'd be gaining revenue from our base rent and percentage rent, which we'll talk more about in the financials later on. And most importantly is the customers. So overall, the customer experience will be enhanced because From our survey results, we saw that there's a strong desire for vintage styles and a strong desire for discounted luxury goods, which isn't currently offered in TJ Maxx.
So, yeah, I'll talk about the competition. So the two types that we're facing mostly is brick and mortar and e-commerce. So for the brick and mortars, this is the examples. And also we're going to be located in TJ Maxx, and all of our competitors are in a 3-mile radius. But our competitive edge is that we're located in TJ Maxx, which is a well-known brand, so people would come to us rather than to other places. And the other type of competition is the e-commerce side, such as the RealReal, Tracy, Leapix, etc. So Vincent's going to be talking about the marketing.
So our marketing plan is relatively small scale because we have the competitive advantage that we are located in TJ Maxx with great brand recognition. So that gives us a competitive edge in our marketing. Some of the ways that we'll be marketing is our in-store will have signs and banners that will attract foot traffic towards our products, as well as via social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter. We'll be posting pictures of our products as well as their prices to attract customers in the greater Boston area, as well as maintaining a treasure hunt model. To talk about financials, Nick will take it from here.
Yeah, so for our financials, we've broken them down into revenues, expenses, and net incomes for each year of operation. In our first 2 years, we will result in a net loss of about $62,000 and $14,000 respectively. However, in year 3, we finally begin to turn a profit with about $23,000. To calculate our revenues, we took the total number of reachable consumers from our target market and multiplied that by the average price consumers will be willing to pay, which is about $166. We got that number from our Qualtrics survey, and Relux assumes the amount of the target market that we will reach each year. So for the first year of operation, Relux assumes that we will reach 25% of the target market, but as you can see, this proportion increases over the next 2 years as our business begins to expand and grow. So when breaking down our expenses, we must first evaluate our startup costs. Included would be development of our online platform, proper storage equipment, credit card processing, and initial inventory. So to hire a website designer, it costs about $75 per hour, so Relux estimates it will cost $5,000 to create our website. We must also purchase a showcase to store fine goods such as watches and other fine accessories. We'll have 1 large and 1 small, totaling about $1,300. We must also hire a credit card processing company, and this rates go 2.5% of the total sales revenue, as well as an additional 10% per swipe of a card. And then finally, to calculate our initial inventory costs, we did the same method as we calculated the revenues, resulting in a total startup expense of about $31,000. The rest of our expenses entail the physical sourcing of our products, rent paid to TJ Maxx, and the proportion of our sales paid to TJ Maxx. On average, consignment stores pay no more than 40 to 50%. They pay no more than 40 to 50% of the retail value of a product. So Relux assumes that it will cost nearly half of what we earn to source our products. So we must also pay $56 per square foot in rent, paying $56,000 a year. And finally, Relux has determined that we will pay 15% of our sales revenue to TJ Maxx. So moving on to our capital requirements, we have included our transportation costs, the credit card processing company, and the shelving and showcase units that we will purchase. So for transportation, we will be running a U-Haul vehicle once a week in order to bring the bulk of our source merchandise to the Newberry Street location. And we have selected Square as the credit card processing company that we will go with. To finance our capital requirements and our startup costs, we will be seeking a bank loan for about 50% of these costs, and the following 50% will be comprised by friends and family and Team TJ Fixers owners' equity. Finally, Vincent will give a brief summary.
To sum up our idea, Relux will be operating out of the TJ Maxx on Newberry Street, as well as an online website that will help us source our products, where consumers upload pictures of their products for potential evaluation. Furthermore, demand is present, with the industry expected to reach a $51 billion valuation by 2023, indicating a high demand and a growing demand for secondhand goods. And furthermore, because we are working with TJ Maxx, we target a similar target market, and through our products, we'll be maintaining a treasure hunt model, attracting more foot traffic in TJ Maxx itself, and also bringing a new interest in thrifting. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to reduce, reuse, and recycle luxury. Relux.